Hi guys, it's Cameron from the Mighty Blues. Don't usually do this, but I thought I'd do a little video for my pre-match thoughts for Everton's last game of the season. Obviously, Spurs versus Everton today at the new fancy Spurs Stadium. The team news has been announced. A little bit of a strange starting 11, I must admit. Morgan Schneiderlin keeps his place over Andre Gomez, which I think is the main bit of news. Now look, I've seen a couple of tweets, obviously, on Twitter about that, saying, is this because Gomez is not joining in the summer on a permanent? Is this because Gomez is going to sign for Spurs? Personally, I wouldn't read too much into that myself. I think Morgan Schneiderlin's been on great form recently. I think he's been playing really, really well, and I think Marco Silva's purely just made the decision to keep him in just because he hasn't done anything wrong. And, you know, obviously, Andre Gomez coming off a suspension as well. We don't know what's going to happen with his future. Again, I wouldn't read too much into the he's agreed a deal with Spurs and he's agreed personal terms and all that shit that the media want you to read. But, you know, I do believe that he hasn't decided what he wants to do with his future. But like I said, I wouldn't read too much into the fact that Morgan's starting ahead of him. I just think Morgan Schneiderlin's been in really, really good form. Marco Silva's obviously seen that, and he wants to, you know, prove to the player that when you play well and when you're in good form, you keep your place in the team and you don't just get dropped out for the sake of being dropped out. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Obviously, Yerry Mina coming in as well. Looks like we're going to be playing a 5 at the back today. It was announced in the pre-game press conference that Marco Silva had that Seamus Coleman was a major doubt, that Richarlison was out injured, and that Dominic Calvert-Lewin was out injured. So we always knew there were going to be some changes as expected. Cenk Tosun comes in up front for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Marco Silva's changed the team a little bit about. He hasn't kept the same formation. He's changed it about. Like I said, Yerry Mina comes in next to Michael Keane and Kurt Zouma. Now, Theo Walcott was the second name on the team sheet after Jordan Pickford. Now, whether that means Theo's going to be playing at right wing back or whether that means Kurt Zouma will play at right wing back and we'll play, you know, a 4-3-2-1 or whatever the formation is that we usually play. I'm not too sure, but or 4-2-3-1, whatever it is. But for me, it did look worryingly like Theo Walcott will be at right wing back. So I don't know. I'll have to see how the boys line up, obviously, when they come out to start the game in around 45 minutes time. But, you know, like I said, a little bit of a strange starting 11, but it was always expected that we knew there was going to be changes. We knew Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison and Coleman weren't going to be fit, so we knew players were going to slot in. Yerry Mina obviously comes in for the first time he's played in a few months, obviously, after the controversy midweek about his betting agency advert that he done. I've actually seen the advert. It's quite funny, to be fair to him, but if it's against the rules, whatever. But yeah, like I said, there's always going to be a couple of changes. Big, massive game for Cenk Tosun today. Massive game for him to see if he can obviously, you know, reinvent his career at Everton Football Club. Might be one of his last in an Everton shirt if he doesn't put in a really, really good shift today. I haven't really seen much of Cenk Tosun when we've had like the likes of Bernard on the left and Richarlison on the right. We haven't seen him much in that number 9. Obviously, Richarlison is out injured. But let's see what he does with Bernard's service from the left, and obviously with Gylfi Sigurdsson playing in that number 10 role as well. But like I said, looks like Marco Silva's going to be playing a 5 at the back today. If that is the case, maybe it's Theo Walcott at right back. If not, maybe it's just Kurt Zouma at right back and then playing the same formation. Who knows? We'll have to see, like I said, how the lads turn up. But a massive, massive game for Everton. Spurs haven't gone any shy with their starting 11 as well. There was a couple of, you know, couple of thoughts, couple of rumours midweek that they might put out a little bit of a weakened starting 11, obviously with that Champions League final looming in a couple of weeks' time. They haven't. They've gone with the likes of Eriksen, Dele Alli, Lucas Moura, who obviously scored that massive hat-trick midweek against Ajax in the Champions League semi-final. So Spurs haven't gone easy either. So, you know, it's going to be a really, really tough game. It's going to be a game that we have to dig deep for, and we have to make sure that, you know, winning the game at all times, and hopefully we come away with a positive result. Listen, before the Champions League semi-final, I was sitting here thinking, you know what, let's go out and let's give it 100%. Let's give, you know, let's throw tackles in left, right and centre. And I'm still thinking that. I still think we should be doing that. But maybe let's try and not injure any of their players because we know what's looming in the future. But no, it's all about Everton Football Club today. The last game of the season, of course. We want to go out on a high. We want to get a positive result. And hopefully that'll take us into next season with our heads held high and spirits going forward. You know what I mean? We need to, like I said, put in a really, really good shift. And if we put a really good shift in and Spurs put a really, really good shift in and they end up winning the game because they're just a better team, then that is what it is. But I don't want to see any players walking around, waltzing around, not doing what they should be doing. I want a proper shift from every single one of the lads, and I want us to come away with a positive result and prove to ourselves that we can not only beat the top 6 at home, but we can also put in really, really good shifts and performances away from home and get results there as well. So they're my pre-game thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Obviously, I'll join you later for the instant match reaction. Let's hope it's a positive one, and let's hope that none of our players are injured and none of Spurs players are injured as well. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.